Chapter 8. The Rescue. If the flood couldn't kill me, this surely will. I was tied to the stake, ready to be sacrificed to the Dark Lord. My body was wriggling to break free from the bonds, but it was of no use. I was tied well. Please, let me go. I will do anything, anything. Just don't kill me. I begged, but they didn't listen. After a few minutes, when they were through their chants and all, the one standing nearest me raised a torch high, ready to light the bonfire. With this sacrifice, our Lord will be pleased and grant us more power. The one holding the torch said, "Yes," repeated all the undead women again and again. "My Lord, accept this sacrifice in the form of this human child, and bestow upon us your blessing," the woman with the torch said. With that, all the women started to circle the bonfire and dance hysterically while singing some hideous song. A woman was now ready to light up the bonfire. She lowered the torch and touched it to the bonfire at 3 different spots. The bonfire was lit now, and the fire was reaching me slowly. The woman then joined the rest. "Where's the rain when you need it?" I said to myself. Suddenly, I remembered my trusty knife. If somehow I reached my knife, I would be able to cut myself loose, I said thoughtfully. With that, a hope kindled within me. I started to writhe my arms, trying to reach for the knife. The fire was slowly reaching me. After a minute of struggle, my right arm was in a position where it could touch the pocket. The fire had reached very close to me by now. A little more time, and I would be engulfed within those flames. So, without wasting any precious time, I carefully reached into the pocket and tried to grab hold of the handle of the knife. With some struggle, I finally got it. The knife. After getting it out of the pocket carefully, I tried to cut through the rope that was binding my wrists. The flames were very near to me now, and I could feel the heat on my body. I tried to hurry, but then something terrible happened. In haste, the knife suddenly dropped out of my hand and fell at my feet. "Oh no," I said with dismay. Now, there was no way that I could save myself from being sacrificed. All I could do now was just close my eyes and ready myself to embrace the flame. I closed my eyes and remembered my parents. I hadn't even got to say my last goodbye to them. Wherever I was going, they wouldn't be there. I would miss them. The flame had reached me, and I was now feeling the heat rising. Now, I burned. I was yelling in agony with my eyes closed. Every part of my body was feeling the scorching heat of the flames. My face, back, arms, shoulders, chest, stomach and legs in torment. Just a bit more pain and my soul will leave my body. Afterwards, the pain will cease. Just a bit more pain, just a bit more, I said to myself. The burning intensified and became intolerable. I yelled loudly in pain. Then suddenly, the pain stopped and icy cold air touched my skin. Why has the pain stopped? Am I dead? I asked myself. I opened my eyes slowly and saw the source of that icy cold air. I saw that transparent, blue aura of something was covering my body. The flames hadn't stopped, but the aura was protecting me. I was standing in the core of the fire unharmed. A woman spotted me first and alerted the others. All of them gathered in front of me, trying to understand what was happening. "Why are you so calm? Boy, are you not feeling the pain?" a woman asked. I didn't reply to them because I was confused and was looking for the answer to the same question. Then a woman spotted the shield that was around me and said, "Look, there is something blue around the boy. It must be protecting him from the flames." Another woman said, "What do we do now? Our ritual has been ruined. The Lord will be very angry due to our failure," a woman said. Soon, there was a turmoil of confusion. Then, at the edge of the clearing, from the trees, I saw something coming. It slowly made its way toward the bonfire. From the silhouette, I judged it to be a man. As he got nearer, the outline became clearer. Now he had reached in enough proximity to me that I could make out his features. He was a tall man with broad shoulders. He was wearing a hood and was holding something over his right shoulder. Without a doubt, I recognized him. Without a shadow of a doubt, he was a man who had stood at the front door of my house and requested some food. When the man had reached about 10 meters from the undead woman standing in the last, he stopped and dropped the sack he was carrying on the ground. The women were completely unaware of his presence just a few meters behind them. When the sack fell on the ground and opened, it barely made any noise, for I saw that it contained only soil. The man then stretched out his right hand forward, his palm in a position as if trying to bless something invisible on the ground. His eyes had closed, and he seemed to be meditating. After a few seconds, the soil from the sack that was lying on the ground started to gleam red, just like my knife had gleamed on the bridge. In the next moment, particles of the soil started to float in the air and rose to the palm of the man. Below the hand, the soil particles gathered slowly and formed a red dot, which continued to grow bigger gradually. Something was materializing there. Then, with a bright flash, a long sword appeared, which hovered there below the hand. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The man had just forged a sword from maize soil in just seconds. The man then grabbed the handle of the sword and whistled loudly. The attention of all the undead women turned to the man, and all of them whirled to behold a man wielding a sword. For a moment, there was silence. But then suddenly, with a hiss, 5 women ran to the man, their hands outstretched as if ready to rip the target in pieces. The women rushed straight to the man, but the man didn't move a muscle. He just stood there calmly. When the first woman reached proximity to the man swiftly swung his sword. In the next moment, I saw the head of the woman fall off his body into the ground. A jet of blood burst out upwards, and with a thud, the body fell on its back. The headless body writhed in pain on the ground for a while before going completely still. Now, with a scream, the second woman approached the man. When the woman got close enough, the man stabbed his sword through her chest and her heart. With a cry of pain, the woman crashed to the ground and immediately went silent. The rest of the 3 women closed in on the man together from 3 directions. While holding the sword with both hands, he pivoted a full circle. When he had stopped, all 3 women had become silent and still. The next moment, an abundance of blood burst out of their stomach regions and splattered on the ground. After watching their sisters being murdered, the remaining women went berserk and started to shake violently as if trying to fetch power from their lord. Terrible chants were being muttered from their mouths. Soon, with screams, 15 of the women rushed to the man, ready to tear him limb from limb. By this time, the man had knelt on his right knee. He was holding his sword vertically with both hands, its pointy end touching the ground. His eyes lay closed. When the attacking women reached near the man, suddenly, the ground below them started to flash brightly. In the next moment, lightning surged out from the ground and struck all 15 of the witches. The witches shook violently on the spot as the lightning surged through their bodies. Their bones became visible from the outside. After a few seconds, the lightning stopped, and one by one, the witches collapsed on the ground. With some magic, the man had just taken out a group of 15 witches with ease. The man now stood up and taunted the remaining witches. "Which one of you will be the next to feel my blade?" came a deep, rumbling voice from the man. The women trembled in panic. After a few seconds, all of them started to flee in all directions, except the direction the man was standing in. They were running for their dear lives. Soon, the clearing was empty of them. The man then looked at me and raised his left hand. With that, the fire went out. Then, he closed his hand into a fist, and I became free of my bonds. Whoever it was, one thing was sure, he knew magic very well. The aura around me had disappeared. I then jumped out of the extinguished bonfire and to the ground. I went close to the man and stood before him. For a few seconds, nobody spoke. I then decided to break the silence. "Thank you, mister. Thank you for saving my life," I said. He didn't reply. I asked him further, "You are the one who helped me defeat the monster on the bridge?" He said nothing, but I knew that it was he who had enchanted my knife and made it powerful. And I also knew that he saved me from drowning. I tried one last time. "My name is Frank. Frank Carter. What is your name?" Without saying a word, he went to the spot where his sack lay on the ground. Upon reaching there, he stretched out his right hand with a sword in it. A bright light flashed, and with that, the sword disintegrated into soil particles. The particles then fell into the sack. When the sack had collected all the particles, the man bent down and tied its mouth. He then picked up the sack and swung it over his right shoulder. He turned and slowly made his way towards me. After reaching near me, he spoke. "Good to meet you, Frank. I am Randolph Smith. Saint, I have been observing you for quite some time." "Observing me? For how long, Mr. Smith?" I asked. Randolph took some time before replying. "I have been observing you since you moved into your new house with your family. I wondered why a strange man, who looked to be a nomad, would be spying on me for this long. Whatever the reason there was, I didn't care, for he had saved my life on multiple occasions. Mr. Smith, I think something is wrong with me. Ever since my parents left at dusk, strange and horrifying things have been happening around me. First, there was an entity from my dream, and then I was attacked by a horde of dead people, followed by my bout with a spider-headed man on the bridge. After you saved my life in the river, I was captured by those witches and tied to a stake to be sacrificed to Satan. I said, "Can you help me, Mr. Smith?" I asked, "Those things are happening because you are in a world of trouble." Saint Randolph said grimly, "Trouble? What trouble? I haven't done anything wrong." I said, "Saint, you will find the answers to all of your questions when you find the sign that I have left," said Randolph. "What sign?" I asked in bewilderment. Without saying anything, the man turned and walked a few paces. When he halted, he raised his left arm and moved it in a clockwise fashion. After a few seconds, an egg-shaped, transparent hole slowly started to form in the air before Randolph. It was of dark purple color, just like I had seen when I had been unconscious after my bridge accident. The hole was as big as Randolph in size. Slowly, the transparency of the hole began to fade away, and the scene that lay behind it started disappearing. Now, the hole had become non-transparent, a thicket of dark purple color. Lightning surged around the rim of it. Whatever he was trying to build was complete now, because he then turned and called me, "Hey, Saint." I reached to him and asked, "What is it?" "This is a teleport," Randolph replied. "Telly, what?" I asked. "Teleport, a door to other places," Randolph said. "What does it do, Mr. Smith?" I asked. "You will know when you walk into it," said Randolph. "What?" "I am supposed to walk through this unholy-looking thing." I said to myself, silently, "Is it dangerous?" I asked. "Teleports are harmless. They are made doors just like normal ones that open to different places," replied Randolph. "Why do you want me to walk through it?" I asked. "Saint, if you don't want to get stuck here forever, you will walk through it," said Randolph calmly. "My teleportation door will see that you reach where you need to. Just remember to look for the sign," Randolph added. Without raising more questions, I walked to the hole. I was now standing next to the teleport. My nose could almost touch the dark purple within. Before entering into it, I whirled and asked one last question. "Mr. Smith, how old are you exactly?" Randolph replied grimly, 20 years ago, on my 58th birthday, I died."